What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about a really confusing topic, and one that is a little bit even confusing to me, selling on Amazon for over 2.5 years now, and that is Amazon returns. What does Amazon do with our customer returns? Do we get the money back that we paid in FBA fees? Do we get the value of the sale price? What about unsellable condition products that are returned by the customer damage, or just an empty box that the customer returned? What happens to those returns? And do we get money for those? Can we get the products, the returns sent to us? I'm going to cover each of those questions in today's video so you understand exactly how Amazon returns, customer returns work. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back to those of you who are my subscribers. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller and mentor and business coach right here on my YouTube channel. I'm dedicated to bringing you 1 to 2 videos every single week of the latest and best Amazon strategies, e-com strategies. So if you enjoy that type of content, please do me a favor right now. Head on down and press subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I release a new video. And if you could like this video, I would also really appreciate it. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing my journey of how I went from a struggling drug addict 6.5 years ago all the way to a 6-figure online seller. Okay, we're going to jump into my computer so I can cover Amazon returns, customer returns, refurbishment settings coming up right now. All right, guys, welcome inside my computer. Let's jump right into it. So Amazon returns and refunds. What's a normal return rate? When you start selling, a normal return rate is roughly, 1 to 3 units per about 20 sales. Customers will return the product whether they didn't like it, it was too small, they didn't know how to use it, it was damaged. There's all different reasons, which we'll talk about why the customer will return the item. One thing Amazon has built their business on, though, is no questions asked 30-day refunds and returns. It's just the nature of the beast. It's just how Amazon was built, fast shipping, no question returns. And so that's one of the main things. So I'll talk about the 30-day return policy, but normal guys, 1 to 5 returns per 20 to 30 sales. If you have more returns than that, it means that maybe you didn't get a third-party inspection, or you're not working with a good supplier. You always want to order custom samples from your supplier before you order from them, and always get a third-party inspection at the factory before you pay the remaining balance and they ship it into Amazon. Returns and refunds and complaints and A to Z claims can extremely and negatively, have a bad effect on your seller account. Your IPI score, if you have stranded inventory, because a lot of them are damaged, it can cause problems. Also, the NCX, the negative customer experience rate, you don't want it to get, more than 5 or 10%, because that can cause your listing, the whole listing, to get shut down or suspended with too many returns or complaints. And then bad reviews, guys, that really slows sales. So let me go over returns and refunds. So we're going to cover, do returns get put back into our normal inventory at Amazon warehouse? Would Amazon ever just destroy or dispose of my products from a return, customer return? Can I have products that are sent back to me if they are found to be damaged or unfulfillable? We'll talk about that. When a product is damaged by Amazon or the shipping carrier, do they take fault? And the customer returned it and it was damaged in shipping or damaged at the Amazon warehouse. Does Amazon take fault, and what happens to those returns? I'll talk about that. Do I get refunded the money, for the price that I got for selling that product to the customer? Do I get that money back? And what about the FBA fees? Do I get that money back, and the referral fee? So I'll talk about that for returns. And then I see on Amazon selling on my listing as an Amazon warehouse deal. They're selling on my listing as Amazon warehouse deal, a used product right on my listing. Can Amazon do that, and who gets that money? I'll talk about that. So like I mentioned, Amazon has a, no questions asked, sometimes extended even 30-day return policy. For Prime members, it's super simple. If you are a Prime member, with just a one click and a little barcode and not even a box required, just drop off the product at UPS and boom. So as from a customer perspective, it's really, really nice to have this return issue. But if you don't have a really good quality product, or your product has some parts that can fail, or your product is hard to use, or just the nature of the product, like an electronic that customers either don't know how to use when they get it, or it fails, getting a lot of returns can cause issues like cash flow problems, negative customer experience, negative reviews, affect your IPI score and your seller account health. So we really want to make sure you understand how returns work and what you need to do to stay on top of it. So usually the customer will select, one of these reasons for when they make a return: no longer needed, product not as described, the product was damaged or arrived damaged, it was a late delivery. There's like these 4 or 5 plus another 4 or 5 reasons. Sometimes customers will select one of these when doing a return on their phone or on the computer when they're doing a return slip, but sometimes they don't select why they returned it. And we'll talk about that. It does kind of go off of why the product was returned in the first place. Amazon looks at that as well. So let's talk about return. When a customer returns a product and it gets back to the Amazon warehouse, what happens next? Next, Amazon is going to look to see if the product is in sellable condition. Can the product that was returned, the return, just go back into your normal new condition inventory, and be sold as new? Or is it slightly used, shows signs of usage, the box is damaged, the actual product is damaged, or is it usable? Does it have any defects? Is it damaged? Then Amazon will sell it on your listing, usually as a warehouse deal, or you can use the setting I'm going to talk about down below, refurbishment settings, and have Amazon actually fix it and try to get it or repackage it and try to get it back into sellable condition. So usually customer will initiate the return. They'll select why they are returning it. It'll get back to Amazon. Amazon's going to take a look at, can I just put it back in your new inventory? Can they resell it as a warehouse deal, as used? Very good. Used, acceptable. Or is it need refurbishment issues and needs to be repackaged or even fixed? In that case, we'll talk about that. So Amazon receives the return, and in most cases, you will get the FBA refunded to your seller account balance. Amazon subtracts the sale price from your seller account balance. So that makes sense, right? You sell the product at $15. The customer paid $15. You got that $15. Amazon's then going, minus FBA fees, Amazon's then going to return your FBA fees and return your, return the customer that money, that $15, and they're going to subtract the $15 from your seller account balance, and then the Amazon returns the price the customer paid back to the customer as long as the product was received within 30 days. And sometimes they'll extend it a little bit. That product is just in new condition. It can go back in your acceptable new inventory. It'll just be placed back in your new inventory. Okay, but what happens if the return comes back, but it's not new? This is called resellable condition. Amazon returns the money to the customer, returns the value of the product to you, sale price minus FBA fees. Amazon then is going to sell it as a warehouse deal at a lower price. The warehouse deal, you may see this on your listing. It'll be sold by Amazon as used. It'll say sold by Amazon, ships from Amazon. That's a warehouse deal. It also says warehouse deal. And it'll say used, like new, used, good, used, very good. Customer gets the money back. Amazon keeps the revenue from the warehouse deal sale. That's important to know. Amazon's going to keep the money that they sell on your listing that product, but you were already refunded if it is in resellable condition. Amazon returns the money to the customer and returns the value of the product to you. So you got the money back for that minus FBA fees. And we'll talk about a little bit down below. It also plays off, and this return thing is really confusing when it comes to FBA fees. Do you get the fees returned to you? It's really kind of a gray, sloppy area when we talk about returns and the FBA fees. But if they can resell the product, it's in resellable condition. Amazon's going to return the money to the customer. As far as I know, they're going to return the value of the product to you, the sale price. They're going to return that value back to you minus FBA fees. Amazon then is going to sell it on your listing as a warehouse deal at a lower price in used or like new condition. Customer gets their money back. Amazon keeps the revenue from that warehouse deal. Then there's non-sellable products. Non-sellable products, this is kind of refurbishment, which we'll talk about. Amazon will try to repackage the product or fix it. Refurbishment, if it's non-sellable condition, or they'll either destroy it, try to fix it, or sell it as a warehouse deal. So the product, let's say, is returned as damaged. It's not sellable. The product, is in 2 pieces. The box ripped in half. The product is just not sellable. If Amazon takes responsibility, let's say it was damaged in their warehouse or by one of the shipping carriers, and Amazon takes responsibility for it, Amazon will return the full amount of the sale price to the customer. Amazon will credit your account with the replacement value, the selling price, plus you get the referral fee back, but not the FBA fee, which I'm not sure why, but so you'll get the value back of the selling price plus the referral fee, but not always the FBA fee goes back. Then there's a couple options. Amazon will either destroy the product or remove the product, or it goes into your stranded inventory status. And I'll show you down below how to deal with stranded inventories products. Amazon keeps the product and destroys it or decides to fix it. That's for product return damage. It's not sellable. And then we get into, that's kind of refurbishment issues. So refurbishments, the product arrives back to the Amazon warehouse. It's not really resellable. They can't just sell it as used as a warehouse deal. It needs something like a new box, or needs fixed, or it's just totally, gone and can't be sold used, new anyway. Essentially, getting a product that is damaged and making it back into sellable condition is what refurbishment means. Whether that's new, used, like new, etc. You can check your refurbishment settings on the top right of your Seller Central account. Let me log in here so I can show you that. All right, guys, you're going to go up here to the top right in your seller account to settings, all the way down to fulfillment by Amazon. And then right here, refurbishment settings, you can see I have it enabled. Refurbishment unsellable customer returns. This means Amazon will try automatically to fix the product to get it into fulfillable conditions. And then automatic unfulfillable removals. What you can do here for automated unfulfillable removal settings is you can have the product returned to you and to an address or disposed of. Now, we don't want Amazon to destroy most of our returns. Even if they are unsellable, we can get them shipped back to our house and then try to sell them on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay, even used on our own listing as FBM. Okay, so check your refurbishment settings in the top right. Enable that auto refurbishment to make Amazon try to get the product back in sellable condition, and then the automated refurbishment settings to get them shipped back out to you. This gives most returns a bigger chance for getting resold as resellable condition versus destroyed, even if Amazon is at fault. And it's a good option for overseas sellers who maybe are not located in the USA and can't get the products returned back to their address here in the USA, or you can set it to your 3PL. They will usually accept returns, but it varies depending on the 3PL. So to recap, resellable but not new condition, Amazon returns money to the customer they paid for the product, returns the value of the product to you, it returns to your seller account balance the sale price minus the FBA fees. The warehouse deal, if it is resellable, but it has to be, can't go back into your new inventory, it has to be sold as a warehouse deal, you'll get the average sale price value back and the FBA fees if it's found to be Amazon's fault. Okay, so it gets kind of really entwined here when it comes to these warehouse deals and returns but sold as resellable. Sometimes you get the FBA fee back. Sometimes you can see up above you only get the referral fee back. But if it's Amazon's fault, they damaged it in the warehouse, or the shipping carrier's fault for damage, you'll get the value of the product returned to you, back to your seller account balance. You'll get that money, and you'll get the FBA fee returned. But if it's something else outside of the control, like you sent in the product into Amazon damaged, you sent the product from your manufacturer, from your 3PL, from your house to Amazon damaged or defective, or the customer damaged it, then when the customer returns that product, Amazon takes away the sale price back away from your account balance. So when you sell a product on Amazon for $15, you get the $15 minus the FBA fees. Well, Amazon's going to take back that $15 if you sent in inventory that was damaged in the first place or the customer damaged it. And then the customer still gets their money back. And that was probably going to kind of be like, what? Why does that happen? I know that kind of makes me feel that way too, especially if the customer damaged it. But right now, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. And then one more thing here, additional settings that I recommend. So really damaged or unsellable products will go back into inventory if they're really damaged or unsellable, and they can't do the refurbishment thing, try to fix the product, repackage the product, put it back in your inventory, sell it as used as a warehouse deal. It'll go into stranded inventory status. And in stranded inventory status, you'll need to take care of that because this can affect your IPI score. And you'll see at the top when you log into Seller Central, fix stranded inventory. You want to take care of that within about 2 days, no more than that, because it negatively affects your IPI score. You can be charged for the space that it takes up in the Amazon warehouse. And so you can create a removal order for these stranded inventories. You can have Amazon dispose of the product if it's really bad, but again, I get them removed to my house. And to do that, you go to settings inside your Seller Central account, stranded inventory, automatic removal settings, return to you. So you go inventory, manage inventory, you go to unfulfillable inventory or stranded inventory, and then you can set some automatic, if you have stranded inventory here, you can set some automatic, auto removal settings right here. You can set your auto removal settings for stranded inventory, enable, and then this will now on the next screen let you allow you to put in an address where the unfulfillable stranded inventory removals will automatically be sent to you. And I'll also put up here a screenshot of the cost because these stranded inventory, the only two solutions is to either create a removal order and return them to your house, and you can do that, set that automatically, or you have to create a disposal order. So I'll put up a screenshot here that'll break down the price for creating a removal order or creating a disposal order, and set the automatic removal settings to automatically have inventory that's like this stranded or unfulfillable sent back to your house so then you can resell them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it and make sure you are subscribed. Lots more great content coming your way on the latest changes and updates on how to be successful selling on Amazon. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video today, and let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, and I will see you on the next video.